Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents the Dread and Circus campaign, season 3, episode 10. I'm your DM and host Marty, joined by Mark and Adam today. How are you guys doing? Let me unmute your mics, and your word holes are now live. Okay.
Hot word hole. Hot word hole.
So hot.
This collared work. My day has been so busy that this collared shirt that I wear to work was what I wore in the gym.
And now you're just sitting in your own sweat.
Now I'm sitting in my juices, with my protein ice cream, and my post-workout in my Hulk cup, because I'm a Hulk. I'm a Hulk. I'm a meat titan.
Hashtag quote that. Hashtag quote it printed. I am the meat titan. What context? All contexts.
All context. It is a universal context.
Oh, funny. Okay, so that was your day, Adam. Mark, what was your day like?
I was off today, so it was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, what game did you play?
I slept in, played Red Dead Redemption 2 some more.
Yep. How's your guy doing? Does he have syphilis or whatever killed your last guy?
No, it's tuberculosis,
Mhm.
and I've been searching the internet for a way to avoid getting tuberculosis. And apparently, if you get this special hat, this guy on the internet says I won't get tuberculosis. Now, I don't quite believe him, but at the same time, there's a challenge in getting a perfect snakeskin and perfect sheepskin.
So basically, you are starting
that hat.
in-game superstitious behavior. I didn't get it this one time, and it must have been the hat. So everyone's got these goofy hats on because they think they have wrongly correlated or assumed causation. Oh, funny. That tickles my tuberculosis.
I'm a hoping.
Nice.
And to make matters worse, like the guy who did the video was like, I guarantee you won't get tuberculosis.
That's how superstitions and religions start. Or he must be right. There's this fucking run on hats, and then old ladies are telling their grandchildren to wear hats, and how come you're not wearing your hat? Oh, it's very unlucky. And they forget why they were wearing the hats in the first place. It becomes ritual and then numb. And then someone comes along and questions it, and things are reborn.
Okie doke.
Well, we don't have to play a game tonight. We just finished right there. Funny.
So we're all getting new hats for.
Right. What size head do you have? The big one. Big hat. Good to see everyone who's joined us online. Why don't we do a recap of what happened last time? And someone want to send Ahmed a text just see if he's okay?
I did. Well, I'm not a text.
I'm going to send him a text on his phone.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's passed out by his computer.
Yep. We're hoping he's just passed out.
We're hoping,
yeah. Okay. Last game was called Flesh to Stone. The party makes contact with the shadow of Maffei, who explains that Zero is petrified by a resident fiendish Medusa and archpriest of Asmodeus. The party steals their nerve before entering the infernal lair of the Iron Medusa, where they confront the Medusa herself.
It was rough. It went
2?
poorly.
How many people died? 3. Several
Multiple.
party members died.
That's the most blood that we've had in a campaign that I was. That's the most percentage party death that I've ever been a part of. I've never been a member of a TPK.
That was bad.
That came close.
That was very close.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was very close.
I've TPK'd.
Because she could have used, once she realized that Renee was undead, she could have used her heal spell in the tank to act like a harm spell, and then it would have
That would have been less. That would have been rude, I believe. Although then it would have been the can you make saves versus paralysis, because now we're in melees.
Yep. In the aftermath, the party finds many people trapped in stone. And they gone down, freed a bunch of these people, and these folks are not necessarily all in line with the party that was pretty chaotically thrown together to begin with, and not all on the same page. And there are some interesting social dynamics that are occurring at this point, as the very large party is starting to form into smaller parties. We can introduce these guys as they come up. Demon Lord Nem wants us to shift from the bowels of this demi-plane in which the Iron Medusa.
Marty said shifting from the bowels.
Shifting from the bowels, yes. Hashtag.
Maybe that's what Ahmed's doing.
And we're going back to the prime material world of Tarak, where the party disappeared from almost 2 days ago now.
Oh, that's right. No, poor Sita. No, I think she's well equipped for
Kali.
By this point in time,
Kali can handle owlbear. Kali can't handle nature.
The spirit horse is gone, and the summoned eagle are gone, and Kali at this point, we zoom in on her as she's just, her face is all runny and dirty from the crying. There's several crying bouts that she has had. A little bit of snot crusted over top of one of her lips. She is absolutely dirty. Does she have a single rank in survival?
No.
Was she left with any food?
Yeah, we would have left her with rations.
Okay. Well, some animals got into the rations when she slept last night, and she's just having a really, really horrible time. Speaking of horrible times.
Morning, Ahmed. Did you shift from the bowels? Also, hot mic.
Yeah, I wasn't saying anything before I forgot.
I figured I better tell you since I did provoke.
Callie went over the wall to go looking for all of you, and managed to kind of peek into these really old, dilapidated buildings that actually contain no bodies, no treasure, nothing at all. Animals might have broken into a few. Some of the buildings are a little bit dilapidated with time, and she, after wandering around, sitting and having a snack of the last few wafers that she had in her backpack, and drinking water from a puddle, let's just do 2 days in the wilderness with no skills. Let's do one fortitude save. It'll be relatively low, just to see if she's contracted anything and is effectively sick.
Okay.
The DC is 12.
She has a good con, right?
It will go up at each day that she's not.
28.
Oh yeah, she's hardy. She found a real clean puddle and found some berries that just they looked red and didn't get her sick.
This water's salty.
But she was looking around. She was like continuing her task of looking around for all of you guys when she heard this weird growl followed by some clacking like a bird, and something that's forcing its way over the wall where there is a break in the wall and where some of the stones have tumbled. Give me a will save to see if she's seen through the illusion today. And I will grab.
As I recall, not her strongest. No, it's not her strongest suit. Plus 15.
Okay. Nope. So she thinks that everything is nice and shiny and somewhat new.
What layer are we on? What map
We
is
are
that?
on the Necropolis layer.
Okay.
She can't see where... She can hear rocks tumbling, but can't quite
Got her
see
hands on her hips, like, where is that coming from?
it. Then finally, out of the illusion of the wall comes this big, scary, it might be blind in one eye, monstrous bear thing. Does she have any idea of what this could be? Does she have any ranks in Knowledge Arcana or Knowledge Nature?
She has. I don't think she's got any knowledge arcana, knowledge nature. No. No, it's a big scary thing with claws and a beak.
I think I saw one of you once. You were hanging on a wall. This is what she says. The thing stands up in its full glory, 9 feet tall. Ursine and owl kind of mushed together, its claws waving in anger, and I think Callie and the beast need to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Okay, it puts its head down and just charges Callie. At the end of the charge, there is a bite.
You can feel free to miss.
Cali sandwich.
AC 24.
Yeah, it's.
Okay.
Come on, Callie, you can do it.
She gets
Do
bit.
Papa Sam Brown.
She gets
Grab
bit.
him by the ball sack.
She gets bit for 9 damage, and it's going to try to attempt to grapple with her.
Okay.
Oh, you do not know who I am.
Yep.
She uses-
Puts her in a bear hug. Flat-footed CMB of 26.
Oh, maybe not. Hang on. Flat-footed, yes, does get her.
Okay. The owlbear has grabbed a hold of Callie, and she's buried in fur and feathers, and kind of eating some. And they're in. The thing is squeezing her, but there's a moment where she may think it's kind of funny. I don't know how good of a grappler she is.
She's got, she's set up for grappling.
You're trying to wrestle me, are you? Oh, she says that hurt. It's trying to bite at her shoulder.
She's got agile maneuvers now, so yeah.
Okay, Callie.
Callie is going to, as a move action, give herself improved grapple and greater grapple.
Okay.
And then she's going to try and take over the grapple.
She bends, squats down into the proper stance, and kind of like pushes the heel of her back leg into the ground, and
Oh, sorry. As a swift action, she goes into her boar style. Then she does that.
Okay, she makes a snort like a pig.
And
She does boar style. That goes well.
You don't have to do that. She just does it because it's funny.
okay, plus 21. 25?
The CMD of this creature is precisely 25.
I am in charge of this grapple now. She's got like her legs wrapped around its neck. Squeezing.
Yeah, it kind of makes a noise, and then I think it's its turn.
Do you get to do one of the 3 things, or
No, that's just taking over the grapple.
okay?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's just taking over the grapple.
Do you have to take over grapple, or just do things?
I can escape if I want,
Okay,
but
you don't want to.
She's choosing to be dominant.
Yeah.
Okay, this creature is just going to try to claw and bite Callie while in the grapple.
okay.
So 1 claw doesn't go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got 2 claws and a bite, so one of the claws does not go. It's no longer charging. So AC 23 and AC 23.
Oh, they both hit. Exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a cohort. She doesn't have the best equipment.
Does she have any DR?
No.
Okay. Combined, it does 22 damage as it's pulling at her shoulder.
Not good. Okay.
Oh, you're not fun. Stop biting me, is what she says.
No biting.
Stop biting.
And a slew of unladylike expletives. Alright, she is going to try to pin it and then damage it.
Okay.
So she pins it.
All right, she flips it kind of on its side. Okay.
And she doesn't damage it.
Does it take penalties while it's pinned?
Nope.
I
To its CMD?
think isn't pinned -4.
I think that's if you're trying to hit it.
Let me see.
I know. Grapple. The CMD doesn't go down, but does pinned condition? Give me a second. Pinned.
This is not right. How? Because brawlers are a little broken.
Nemi's like, fucking kill everyone. I'm going to do a campaign by the end of today.
I guarantee you.
They're
Last game with your
denied
ever,
its
wasn't
dex
it, then?
bonus,
You
so
can say
it loses its dex bonus from its CMD, and the owlbear has
even from the
a +3. So, yep,
playing it.
yeah, it says it just loses your dex bonus.
That should-
So its CMD is 22. So you
Alright, so
you
I
do
got you.
damage.
Yeah.
You don't like it when I punch you there, do you?
And she does
She bites it for good measure.
+7. So 15 points of damage.
Okay, the thing squawks at that, and then it's its turn. It's going to try to break the pin.
That's its only option.
Yep.
$25.
No.
Just trying to get up.
Good luck with that next time.
Now you need to maintain the pin, and then you could do your second thing for grapple. For big dog.
Doggo.
Keep it.
Yeah, you keep it on the ground. You're standing on one of its wings, and you're kind of on its back, kicking out its legs as it's trying to stand up, and you kick it really hard in its knee for 14
Another
damage.
14 damage.
It lets out a bird-like squawk at that, but it's still got a lot of fight left in it.
Old owlbear. Well, I'm beating up the old owlbear because it bit me and fought me.
Oh, nat 1 on its attempt to break
Also
the pin.
might taste good.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what I'm thinking. Like, everybody's gonna come out and she's gonna be like wearing its skin, like I am the owlbear queen. Just
Well, you're
crazy
not there yet,
craziness.
but the owlbear can't break the grapple with a 1, or break the pin. Now you need to maintain the pin. which you
22
do not
is
do
a
with a 1.
anyway. Yeah. I got
Okay,
another
so-
attempt.
Get another try.
You're now
Yeah.
back into a grapple with it.
Although
It's-
you have the +5, right?
No, it's I have a +5 to CMD when it's trying to break.
So
Oh
you
no,
have
I do have a
+5 to
+5.
maintain.
Yeah. Anyway, I got a 40, so I maintained the pin.
okay. No, you
He gets 2 grapples. Right,
Yeah.
so you use the second grapple to also pin.
okay, but didn't do damage this round.
Yep.
Okay, fair. It is
Oh, hang on.
trying to get
let's
up.
Is it you get 2?
The first one's a
Grapple?
move. The first one's a move. The second one's standard.
Are you sure it's not? It's a standard, and if you succeed, you can do it as a move.
I don't know. For
Because
sure.
I might not get that second attempt.
What's it called?
Greater grapple.
Greater grapple.
Why is this so difficult?
That's because we have feats on top of grapple. Once you have grappled a creature, maintaining the grapple is a move action. This
Yeah,
feat
so
allows
that
you to make
first
2
one's
grapple checks to move, harm, pin your opponent, but you're not required to make 2 checks. So you can do what you did.
You could also grapple, then cast a spell if you wanted. Like,
All right. So I don't do that. So it's pinned. All right.
You only need to succeed at one of these checks to maintain grapple. Right. But you failed at pinning, you're still maintaining the grapple.
No,
And
pinned
then,
again. Failed
pinning
to pin
again.
again.
Okay. Great. Okay, the creature's on its side again, as per the big red box through it. And you did that on your... and then it tried to break the pin and failed with a 19.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get back up. You keep on kicking its legs out.
what they did to nerf pin was, if you break the pin, you break the entire grapple. That's how they balance it out.
So 23.
With the pin, you are able to damage it. So basically, she kind of kicking its leg out and body checking it and elbows it in the face.
Well,
elbows.
that was maintaining the pin.
Oh, okay. But she's elbowing it still. And
yeah,
then,
she's
and then
still, yeah, she's
hits it in its bad eye.
for another 10 damage.
Okay. The thing is injured, but it is not even bloodied yet.
Could do this all day.
It doesn't really understand what you're saying because it's a big dumb beast. All right.
Or at least for the next minute. Until the power runs
She's
out.
doing lethal damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Kenny. Big dumb beast trying to break grapple. Or trying to break the pin. 28.
No.
Okay. She is dominant in this in this fight. Now she either has to maintain the pin or...
That was very close though.
Yep.
She doesn't have a lot of healing, so I'm assuming that
Yeah, it's bad.
this is going to
damage
be
you get-
like she's already on like a 4 days of just rubbing salt in her wounds to get her hit points back.
That's not how you heal wounds.
When you have no survival or heal skills.
Right. She's now on the back of it and kind of holding it down and then shifting her weight to make it fall over, and she's punching it whenever she can.
Yeah, so
in the
she
back of the head.
Continues the pin and does another 10 damage. Sorry.
49. It is now bloodied.
Okay.
It then tries to break the pin and does so.
Yep, that'll do it.
I think
Completely free.
I think it broke the entire grapple.
It has a move left.
Yep.
It's going to 5-foot step back from Callie for a moment. Shakes its head and is making grunting noises like a bear. Callie?
Callie looks at it. His little finger steps in and just wails on it.
Okay.
The first punch is going to be a knockout blow.
Don't make those noises at me, she says. Wow, this haymaker swing
Double check.
comes
Oh,
from
yes.
comes from downtown.
Kenny's, this one's for you, Morph.
No, I am not going to power attack, so that'll change it to. Right.
It has a stellar AC of 19.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was just for you, Nem. That was my knockout blow.
It tries to. You weren't expecting.
Yeah,
Normally,
like-
people try to dodge the big haymaker. It was trying to bite your hand as it was coming in, and she went. "Ah!" She would have hit it.
So AC 24 does hit.
Yeah, she comes in with a second swing and punches it in the beak.
8 and 2 more.
Was she flurring?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, natural 20 and AC 20.
Okay, the jackass on the Harley just flooded my apartment full of exhaust. Yay!
And AC
Smells like flathead.
Mm-hmm.
AC 27 to confirm the crit. So what's the AC again? Sorry, 20.
19.
Okay, so she 2 hits and a critical.
I'm gonna go probably start a fight. Give me a second.
Roll a good initiative. Knockout blow in there. Do better than Callie is.
So let's be honest, 2 hits to the crit, this is alright.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Well, knockout, you know, the crit could be a knockout blow, you know.
It could be.
You know.
2 followers later.
2 followers later.
I pop out. I don't even realize. Like, you had 5 cohorts, Mark. What? I didn't even meet them. Oh no, they showed up and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna follow this Zeta."
Why am I dying?
I promise them if she will use every piece of the beast. She'll have an owlbear cloak
An apartment.
and headdress.
I carved it out and I put some sticks and look, I have a house. He's as hard as a pillow. Good stuff.
Two goddamn bikes, 3 feet from my front door, just sitting there revving. Fun. All right. Yeah.
So
Wind wall. Nothing like D&D
First-
magic to solve world.
the first hit does 17 damage.
What are we doing? Okay.
We're punching an elevator twice and then critting it once.
Got it. 6 is 55
And
and
trying not to get
65.
carbon dioxide poisoning.
Yeah, stupid.
All right. And I roll 61 on the crit chart.
We didn't get into a fight because there were 2 of them. No, we used our big boy words. Like, please don't rev your bikes. I don't care. You guys look like bikers. Don't do it. Where is the crit chart?
Just saying. No,
What-
but I'll save that. I'll save that till after stream.
What are you saying, Ahmed? What's going on?
Nah, it's probably not gonna go over well.
Good. It's called a filter.
Still working.
All right. 60 on the chart is critical hit deck, D52. And this is a bludgeoning attack.
No, this is a slashing attack, actually.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
D52. Does she have, like, knives? Oh, is it part of the...
It's a boar style that you change it to slashing,
Interesting.
which is why I can use
8.
Yep.
Shattered jaw. 1 con damage, normal damage. Target cannot speak or bite until healed.
Oh,
So she just fucking heaved it right into the beak. There's pieces of beak falling off and all kind of crunched in. You like that? You like that? Is what she's saying.
so she does another 13 damage.
78. It's hurt real bad, and it's got that wound. No bite.
And hang on, another hit. It's another 15, and because she hit twice during a single round, she gets to do an extra 2d6 because of boar style, so another 10 as she tears into it.
Okay, she kind of speed bags it after it looks like it's fucked up by getting hit in the face, and the thing is like almost ready to topple over. Like it's now fighting. Well, it was fighting for its life, but it just tries to claw at her almost as it's collapsing. 2 at 1d20 plus 10. AC 14 and AC 28.
28 hits.
She's like, ha, missed! And when she stuck out her hand for miss, she got clawed with one of the thing's a stupid animal. It doesn't respond to sarcasm. For 9 damage, clipping under her chin.
Your mama wears army boots.
I didn't wait for the punchline of the joke. Your mama.
Well, no, it doesn't make any sounds right now. Your mama.
All right, it's really screwed up. It 5 foot steps back from her, but it still kind of stands back up and like is waving at the air with its claws. It's also half stumbling over.
Just 5 foot steps in.
Do you have a second knockout blow per day?
I don't know, honestly.
I also think that whole cohort thing means that if ever Sam and Callie get in a fight, Callie's going to beat Sam's ass. Just through levels alone.
I hadn't even thought of that.
Like the ability scores and the Gestalt stuff is going to lose to just, I have more Babbitt hit dice than you.
You know,
I can add my level to everything.
The gladiators have done a good job at catching up to where the masters and the doomsday characters are. Oh, you just pummel it to death.
Yeah.
It's wearing a beak for a hat.
Bang, bang! It's starting to fall, and you're like punching it up. Its head is just sort of loosely hanging on. So you hit 4 times.
Oh, okay. I'll do, yeah.
It's got 2 hit points
Okay. Well,
and a 22 con.
Oh. It's 10.
Yeah.
Because I believe it was plus 9 on the damage or whatever.
yeah, plus 7. Yeah.
Well, 7 times 4 is 28.
57 damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
So its body has already fallen to the ground, but she's just kind of punching, like the last few punches, she's punching the head up, and it just sort of like loosely held on by its skin and fur, and eventually lolls off to the side and exhales this horrible, horrible breath, which is its last. And a few feathers and blood. And you're...
Fuck you, nature.
And then
The funniest thing is this magical beast is this horrific abomination of magic. Fuck you, nature.
she just sits down for a moment and kind of leans against it.
How do I make a blanket out of you?
40 damage though.
Yeah.
How many hit points does she have left?
I'm not even sure. She's usually in the background of fights. She's got 49 left.
It's okay. You're banned.
She's
Go
not.
hide
She's not bloodied, but she's hurt.
away from the corpse.
Well, if she had knowledge nature, she'd be able to figure out, or knowledge arcana, she'd be able to figure out what sort of typical organization owlbears have.
Okay, well she's a brawler.
Yep.
So that's not really in her wheelhouse.
But had she made the check, she'd know that they come solitary, or in pairs, or in packs of 3 to 8.
You're not funny.
So is there now an owlbear dice as to like how many days the next owlbear shows up that's being rolled?
I don't know. Well, this is her encounter for this particular portion of this day,
Yeah.
right?
After her second day, she's gonna be like, she's gonna have like owlbear costumes, so she can try and fool the other owlbears. I think she's
Okay, so Callie is busy kind of lording over her kill, and she thinks in her mind that she can be a hunter.
I hunted
Huh. Guess I'm a hunter now, is what she says.
It's not so hard. The animals practically come to you.
It's a form of hunting, I suppose, where you're the bait and have to get into a life or death match every single time.
Well, have you seen noodling?
Yes.
where you shove your hand in the hole to get the fish
To get the fish to bite, and you're like,
and then you pull the catfish out. It's like that.
Meanwhile, in the crypt of the Iron Medusa, there are a whole lot of people standing around, collecting gear, looking through things, fighting over treasure, talking about what to happen next, making maps out of the skin, the skin of fallen creatures, and I believe. Is there anything in particular you guys want to do while Grizak is putting the finishing touches on this
Marty?
grisly? Yep, on this grisly.
Would it be possible for me not to be retarded?
It's
I
a
cast
loaded
a
question.
whole bunch of break enchantments, including ones on Zira that broke the
Curse.
the curse.
Which curse?
Well, she's got 2. Could I have been smart enough? Could I roll a wisdom check or something to also cast the remove disease to get her stupid disease to go away?
Which disease? The crypt.
Crypt, yeah.
Crypt fever.
Let me see. Those 2 spells must be cast within a minute of each other.
Yes.
So
Remove disease is a standard.
yeah, and I think we were in the middle of casting many break enchantments.
Well, a break enchantment, then talk for 5 minutes, then a break enchantment, then talk for 5 minutes.
Yep.
So I'm just wondering if I could have been smart enough to have done that. If not, I still have one. I have one more break enchantment in the tank, but
Got it. I think that's the one you need to use.
I don't want to. Me. I'm a dummy.
I do this to the other players as well, Adam.
I know. That's why I started with, can I not be a dum-dum?
Okay. I think he just called the other players stupid. Well.
That's okay. He just joined the party. Oh. That's what it's like to know.
So yeah, Zira realizes that I think a few of you are suffering from this curse.
Yeah.
Wait, did Grizak get to save?
On the bright side, at least one of them is dead. Oh,
Right.
wait.
Well, yeah, two of the people with the curse are dead, so that's problem solved, I guess.
Did Grizak roll a save? I don't remember.
Was Grizak's statue handled by
Yeah,
Renee?
He was carried down.
I don't remember if I rolled a save for him or not.
All right, which means that there are a bunch of people in this group that probably need to make their saves versus the
All of the because there was break enchantments were used. The break enchantment actually got rid of most of the curses.
Oh, okay, great.
Because they hadn't gotten disease yet. It was just a curse
Correct.
on the
Yep.
statue.
Yep.
So I think they were all. I think most of them were healthy. I think one of them got it. I know Zira made her save. Like she actually had to save against the disease. And then there was 4 of the dudes who actually had to save versus being touched by Renee.
Okay.
And I think 3 of them had the enchantment broke.
And who is the 4th that failed? Do you remember?
I want to say Pendle, but I could be wrong about that. Right now I'm digging deep here.
But we love Panda.
It was created like. You like Pendle? All right, cool.
Let's get Murphy's.
Murphy's is a little fun to play. It's sort of a mouse.
See, the thing is, Murphy's wasn't on that first list of people who had to save because he didn't look useful.
I can't find the list of the soldiers or the people that. It's Suisandra's Garden. It's at the top of Treasure and Gear. I'm going to drag this to Characters Doomsday and just be at the bottom.
There we are.
Alright, so it was... yeah, so it was the top 4.
The
had to make
Tiefling
saves. And I think it was the half-elf robe priest of Coralon who didn't make
who
it.
failed, who is... Okay. You do notice Pendle, while other people are arguing and stuff, he's sitting down. As he is taken... 6 strength and 3 charisma damage.
God. What a sudden
Oh
brain.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not feeling so good, is what he says.
Is anyone else feeling ill?
Dragon Fru and Pluma take a step back from him. Snitch is like holding his claws to his own chest. There are many curses that are here, says Kamos. It would be advised that you don't touch anything, he says, as he hasn't been wandering around like picking up treasure. Everyone else has spent the last hour doing so. they just kind of give him a look like, you fucking asshole.
Make a wish with your head.
What's the penalty for one eye? I'm looking this up, I can't.
Okay, Murgovane, you notice that one of the other characters that were rescued by this party is holding on to an item that you believe belongs to you.
Excuse me.
Give me a second, let me figure out what item that is.
And who has it?
2, 3, 4, 5,
Monocle.
6, 7.
Will be tiefling or volving.
Give me a D8.
Oh, please be the winner. Mine. Four.
You believe that it is your headband.
My what? Sorry?
Your headband.
Oh, I would very much like that back. Thank you.
It is this headband that has got like crocodile teeth along the top of it, and in the center there's a green gem. It is your headband of charisma +2. And we'll say which one of these guys has picked it up and said, "Ooh, neat treasure." The Durgar has it. You could see him. You noticed him picking it up and stuffing it into a bag that he had.
Excuse me. I believe you have something that belongs to me.
Looks up at you. What?
The headband with the teeth on it.
He's just glancing up at you through his helmet. Are you asking nicely?
Yeah.
Give me
Perhaps I'm not making myself clear. I'd very much like it back.
This sounds like a threat.
It's not. It's
Not. Okay,
It's
a diplomacy
clarified.
check. Okay, all right.
I believe many shadow curses are how we control this populace.
Renee, you notice that Hector just kind of pushes you off to the side and gets closer to where this is happening. And at first you thought he was going to go and bug Murgovane. No, he's backing Murgovane up.
Yo.
Oh boy, the big lads are all a little testy. Maybe it's because you played with his testes earlier.
Is this getting a little loud?
It's getting a little loud. Just shit disturbing.
Don't worry, we'll get to you at the end of the session, Ahmed.
Good stuff.
I'm pretty certain.
He finished tying the bag closed. He unties it. He's not taking his eyes off of you. He thrusts his hand down into the bag where you can hear the clink of other things, and he pulls out the circlet and hands it to you. This.
Thank you. Takes it.
Wait, these guys have just been collecting treasure?
Yep.
Is there any other thing that you're missing, Murgovane?
Oh, I am missing my armor, my cloak.
Has anyone found my lance? Says Hector.
Mergavane turns. I'm sure we would notice if someone had found your lance. It's fucking huge.
It is a good lance, a strong lance, a magic lance.
I know. I have seen it kill many things.
It has defeated many enemies of Sharon in our band, yes.
All right,
Here's
now
what-
I understand that humor is not a thing that I do very well, but if you came into this conversation at the wrong time, this is humor here.
Where?
Hector just looks at you, shakes his head slightly, like there's something wrong with you, and goes about.
He tried super hard.
Perhaps we should go retrace our hooves.
Yes. I agree. I will accompany.
You notice that they could just go over to this part of the chamber. I think we ended up fighting here. Mergavane and the centaur seem to know each other.
Yeah. I would very much like to find my sword as well. Blah 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 blah.
Retrace hooves. There's still steps. You don't trace your feet.
I wouldn't argue with him. Centaurs are known to just, give you a big hoof in the head for your trouble. That's how they say hello. So what be your particular thing? Why is everyone looking to you like you're some sort of lost saint?
I've seen what's on the other side. War is coming.
Well, it looks like some of these blokes haven't stopped fighting a war.
Yes. They'll be useful because they're ready for the enemy.
We thought we were ready. Damn caretaker sent it to this death trap.
Thank you for the effort.
Oh, no problem. Murphy's got the luck of the people, is what he says. It just so happens that everyone else around him doesn't have much luck.
How old are you?
Look, chronologically,
Yes.
you said 100 years have gone by, eh? No, 10. How long's been... What year is it?
308. Or
301.
309.
301, yeah.
301. 301.
I missed the centennial. It's just an excuse to party. Hey, we set out probably 5 years ago, maybe, give or take.
So everyone you know is still alive, potentially.
Oh, right. Except for those that I didn't find in here. Probably eaten, or they're trapped elsewhere. There are 5 of us.
How did you get past the soul furnace crematory?
Oh, we didn't go into the crematory. We saw the big beasties in there and went, nah. And we went out to the other place and found our way down.
Did you see any other ghost in here other than men with whip and cart?
Oh, yeah, that asshole. They had to fight him. I think he took one of our companions away with him.
Renee looks to Zeta and looks back. That glimpse of the alternate reality.
Yeah, there weren't too many guardians down here.
We need to rest. I have used many prayers today, and we still have those who are sick. We also need to determine how we're going to get those who are leaving out of here.
All right, there's probably going to be a good bounty when I come back and tell him I got you.
Hmm.
5 years, that's a long time to not get paid.
Maybe there was interest.
Well, it certainly is now. And apparently his charms didn't work on your great niece.
See that?
So
It was like just over there.
is
We're
Maffei
walking in his ashes.
is Maffei out of your body, or is she flitting around still, or
She's. No, I put her back in.
Okay, I'll just
Yeah.
put her underneath your token. All right, Grizak, you finish your grisly work. How many? How does the spell work again? It's the scale and then number of locations. Yeah. So create treasure map. I'm a druid. I kills you, and then I take your secrets. Do you have the rare inks worth 100 gold pieces?
Yeah.
Just subtract it from your spellcraft, or from your spell components.
Spell my words.
You must choose the scale of the map when creating it, opting between nearby, 1 or 2 dungeon levels, local, valley or community, or abroad, country or larger. What are you going to choose?
Okay, so she can't leave this area. So 1 or 2 dungeons? Sorry, 1 or 2 levels?
Dungeon levels. Yeah.
Do the 2 dungeon levels.
Okay. So the immediate surroundings, basically, which will likely be this this level.
She can't leave this area.
And then probably the level that the stairs led out to. You begin to see the map appear upon her her scaled hide that you're using to create the map. The ink from her own blood her own blood forms the ink and begins to etch itself into these scales. You are going to probably see the rest of the dungeon upstairs. And how many points of interest do you have?
Let's see. One source for every 3 caster levels, so 3.
3.
Right, 3. Yeah, 3.
Okay, so source 1 is the
alcove in the north.
yeah, and it's labeled the Fane of Asmodeus.
Okay.
That was the first one. It appeared brightly right away. That is also the room, the circular chamber, where one of the hedge staffs is located, where the temple or the sanctified ground to the Lord of the Nine is, where all the statues were located, and a lot of like the bits and pieces of gear and some of the treasure, including all the scrolls that you found. That is definitely a thing that flares up right away. Another place where there's a source of treasure. I'm going to go up to the map above.
Which is in the other map, right?
Which is called the Tomb of the Iron Medusa. I'm going to reveal all of the map.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And there is a star that appears what looks like is behind a secret passage. This is M5.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like you did the end of the dungeon first.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's a star over M4 as well.
Cool.
Are you done molesting the body?
Oh, I about to start doing that, but I did the map. Never mind. Let's get going here. Check this out. Are you resting? Are we going?
Did we find any magic? There were magic components here, right? In the
Spell components? You found a lot
Yeah.
of diamonds on the in the crypts in small quantities as you were going.
okay.
Spell components, I'd have to look at Doom loot. I did do some organizing to your loot. You're welcome.
I can look at it.
And there are 500 gold pieces of spell components in the loot backlog under consumables.
The problem that we have is,
We have a whole bunch of spellcasters.
well, no, there are many spellcasters, but more importantly, do we have enough diamonds to undo a boo-boo?
We did find a lot of diamonds
We
last
did
game.
find a lot of diamonds.
I think they all got jammed onto Ratimer's sheet before
Yeah,
Ratimer
Ratimer got a
died.
bunch.
Well, that means that it's easy because we're trying to undo Ratimer's boo-boo.
Got it.
So
He is an undoable boo-boo.
yeah,
Ratimer had we only had 1,660 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
Well, that means that Ratimer is luggage right now. Or we reincarnate him because it's funny.
We have some good news and we have some bad news.
No, you're a kobold.
Okay, so what are you doing with Evander's remains and equipment, Ratimer's remains and equipment, and Nibble's remains and equipment?
so Grizak picked up Nibble's equipment, and I
Okay.
think we put the armor of Evander on the dwarf.
Yep.
Murgovane picked up a few things off Nibbles after casting Detect Magic.
No. Grizak, whoa.
Do you want my help or not?
Come on, Grizdak, you can borrow something.
Oh yes.
Alright, fine. But Nibbles is he's very needy here. He really needs a lot of care.
If-
So, when he comes back, he's gonna want his shit back, alright?
Of course, I am not a thief.
Alright, excellent. Alright, hey, you're a nice guy. You're a nice guy. Why don't you pick up that big axe over there, too? Thanks, buddy.
He looks at like. I think I will stick with this one.
Yeah, poop.
Wow,
Come back to this fucking place again.
you found a dwarven war axe to whip around.
Ratimer's interesting.
He's got some decent stuff here, actually.
Yes. I think for the divine scrolls, I think 0. Well, let's go on 0 for now.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go
Yoink them.
I'll yoink them. And go to 0. Alright.
Cool. So, but you're gathering up their bodies and gear is
Well,
effectively.
yeah,
what
we're
I'm-
gathering up their
Yeah.
bodies and gear. They're making their way home.
Okay, and then you're putting Evander's ashes and bones into a bag, or
Yep.
okay. All right, you've got a beloved corpse pile.
Beloved corpse pile.
Well, the people who will eventually
Yeah.
be brought back when we have the power.
Grizak's gonna put the part of Nibbles in Evander's funeral shroud. It does gentle repose, constant.
So we put that on Ratimer?
Sure.
Because he's the one we plan on bringing back through those methods. Right.
We're just gonna wrap it up in
What,
there. and-
so that item, does it?
yeah,
Is it one creature or is it just the stuff wrapped in it?
Let me have a look.
Like if we wrap a creature and put like an ear and a toe in it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? And the cranian funerary shroud. Caster constant general repose. Caster level 10.
Where is this item?
This is under Evander's gear, which has been put under the party treasures loot at the bottom of the sheet.
The shroud that I think Afranian shroud.
I actually don't see it under Evander's character sheet, so
So
Not
Grizak,
as,
okay.
Grizak's suggesting that you pick up some of. Oh, we have.
Oh shit!
Oh, crap. Never mind. Sorry.
That was under Nibbles' gear.
Yeah, that's
Not
Nibbles'.
Evander's.
Nibbles.
Nibbles' ears on that.
Oh,
Nibbles.
sorry.
Right,
Sorry.
it's because Nibbles uses that
My bad.
frequently.
This is how
Yeah,
you
but-
keep Nibbles
Fresh.
fresh.
Oh yes, yes.
A Brooch of Shielding is an amazing pick, by the way, Mark. Because
Yeah, good choice.
we've been aced by those sort of tactics a few times.
Tell me about it. Oh god damn it, I hate those.
You certainly you've got a belt,
No, it affects one creature. It doesn't affect bits.
right?
In case Grizak's gonna ask somebody to.
Actually, the brooch of shielding is still up for grabs. That was, he had 2 neck items. He borrowed a amulet of natural armor.
Okay.
The gloves and the slippers, right? Those are good.
Yeah, he's got the I don't know why I completely eliminated it off neck, but he's got the boots of striding and springing, gloves of arrow snaring.
Do you have a belt on?
No, but he always casts
Bull
bull strength, so if someone else wants
okay.
it, they can take it.
All right, so you disseminate some of the gear amongst the survivors, those that you've rescued. Grizak spent an hour casting his spell, so it's now probably a couple of hours after you rescued everyone.
Okay.
People are waiting around.
Zira is
Murphy's is playing a little tune on his lute.
Zira's going to attempt to identify all those who currently have like the cursed illness.
Okay.
You know Zira does,
Is that a heal check?
and dude who's vomiting in the corner probably does.
Yeah, he's probably got it.
Yeah, it does radiate magic because of the curse component.
Okay.
So you can readily see a moderate necromancy on anyone who's got the curse.
Does anybody else have the curse?
I believe it is him, Zeta, and
Bradmer and Vander, which are both dead.
yeah, they no longer. Oh, actually, their corpses have it still.
You have Vander.
I will include them in the casting. Oh jeez, oh shit.
Yep.
We're gonna typhoid Mary someplace with these bodies.
Can we do a heal check to help with this at all? It's a curse, so you need magic, but I don't know.
You can help
Maybe
them
increase the
naturally
DC?
make the saves. But I don't know if that helps with the curse.
No, this is a virulent, curse-born disease.
So
Oh, I could try to remove disease.
That will help.
Yeah, I've got remove disease prepared.
okay.
I can help you with that.
First we need to. It's a magical disease.
I've got 2 prepared.
It's a magical disease.
Yeah,
It's
I got 2.
The
I miss you, Zira. Come here, give me a big hug, you little goblin, you.
It is nice to see you. Not so
Yeah.
nice to smell you, but it is nice to see you.
His smell has aged.
You're on my left side.
It's still
You're on my left
Grizak,
side.
but it's like, whew.
Stay on my right side.
It just like I remember it.
Marty, what's the penalty for the eye? That's in left eye.
Yeah,
Right eye?
it is your left eye that is gone.
Left eye missing. Okay.
So -2 to initiative and a -2 on ranged attack rolls.
left eye missing.
Minus something on perception checks.
Oh yeah, I think -2 on perception checks as well.
-2
It
initiative.
might just be involving sight. I'm not sure.
-2 perception. Sight.
Marty's looking it up. We're just
And ranged attacks, I think.
finding what we think.
No, that makes
I
sense.
think it was also a penalty on initiative. At least when I had
Yeah, I remember there being a -2 on it.
Do you remember a character who had one eye
Darthanon.
in
Derpinate.
Pathfinder days? A relevant character.
Hey man, look at the name on my pointer. Darthanon.
Yeah, I know.
Derpinate.
Derpinate. Derpinate. Mark with the Q because his keyboard is busted.
This is absolutely no originality whatsoever.
Did Mulgrimir have a missing eye? No,
No,
Paladin face, make
Oh,
frosty hand.
he did for a very short time. He
Yeah,
had,
yeah.
He's missing an eye, but he got it back, so it would be on his sheet.
Did he get it back?
Yeah.
I didn't think so. I think we ended that campaign with him.
Drawback:
missing that off.
1 eye, 1 arm, 1 foot.
Right. He had one of everything.
Oh, that's right.
He got to the pool of sacrifice and just started cutting parts off.
I love my god. Hack, hack, hack.
It's a -1 penalty per range increment using ranged weapons, and a -2 penalty on perception checks.
No, not as bad as we thought.
Darthanon got it worse.
Yeah.
Although I got a feat out of it.
So the -1 penalty for range attacks and -2 initiative. Okay.
Perception checks.
Oh,
It doesn't affect
Beautiful.
initiative.
perception. To sight or all?
Just perception. It is all abstracted into do you perceive.
Fine then. Good time.
Yeah.
Give me a smell check.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Yep, I smell.
I smell me, all right. Oh yeah, the poopinator.
Yeah. Do you have any ability to break curses?
Curses. What? Not really. Like a restoration?
No. Abe,
He raises an eyebrow.
we don't have enough diamond to bring back our wizard on this day.
We
His
found a
diadem
shitload.
is powerful.
Is that time for such a thing?
If you wish to wear the diadem for a temporary state, I'm
Not-
certain it would help this out.
He nods.
Now,
He takes the diadem, and he's now clearly casting detect magic to identify it. He seems to not require any help. He simply puts it on.
this thing comes with a bit of shit talk, though. You try to fucking lie to me, I break your nuts. Like, it's got bluff. It's motivated.
Wait. You're giving that item to who?
I'm loaning that to
Abacus.
Abacus.
Oh, okay, sure. I thought it was Kamos. Because I'm like,
No, wait a minute. No.
Yes.
That's a snake eye over there, but that's a snake tongue right here.
By the time this dungeon is over, we'll have used his horns like a wishbone.
yes, they're going to die. You know what I see when I look at them? XP.
You do get
Yes.
XP for rescuing these people?
That's where you find out
And then killing them.
he's
No.
you find out he's 20th level. I got stuck. Sorry. I'm the big baddie in the dungeon, and I've been watching you for days.
Abe or Abacus is Aaron. Just puts the circlet on. He thinks for a moment and he just nods. But then that's the end of it. And like There's nothing to dwell on.
All right. Now.
You got a nice pretty gift for me. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, I got something for you.
I wasn't talking to you there, Scruffy.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Wait, I'll come here and show it to you in private. Cheers. Follow me
He's
over here.
now standing, like he's ready. He's ready to run.
Too bad.
Does anyone have?
I was gonna show my penis.
The dwarf is just staring at you through his helmet. He's not moving. He is also not entertained.
Oh shit, Sparky!
You're taking Sparky out of his little container.
Out of his prison.
Sparky looks mad when he appears.
Fuck you.
It's all crackling and lightning. Let's
We've
get.
been there for 60 years. Fuck.
Let's find a Sparky token.
Sparky won't be crate trained anymore if you leave him in there too long.
I'm just gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back.
That guy's got to be leveled. I haven't leveled his ass in so fucking long, but I'll play with him as is. No worries.
4 hit points.
He's got half my hit points, I believe.
Yes. Half your hit points, your saves.
Okay, he is a miniature torrent of angry storm.
Yeah, that's it, buddy. Zap me and I'll zap you.
Kind of conical in shape. There's like an eye of the storm that's in the middle, tilted down like an eyeball, or where like a neck should be, and it's all roiling and crackling with energy. If you approach, your hair goes up on end.
Wait, he's medium now?
Sparky might be small. I don't know.
He's an 11th level familiar. He was small.
Usually normally elemental familiars don't grow in size, so if he's special, who knows
Yes.
what's happening.
He was a familiar before, and now I believe he's a proved familiar. Sparky, he is small. 4
Yeah,
foot.
I haven't leveled him.
A 4 foot tall whirlwind.
He's 9th level in the
What do you need me to do? Sparky, you've never spoken before.
He's not speaking in any language that anyone else can understand. It's
okay.
It's a mixture of Orin and Master Speak, which only Grizak can understand.
I feel bad because I had you in that statue thingy for a long time.
It's speaking in snap, crackle, and pop. It's like the way it's flashing its lightning and crackling. You can tell what it's saying. It's asking, "What do you want me to do? Like, what do you need?"
Evan, hanging out with me.
Okay. He drifts closer to you, makes your hair stand on end.
Oh yeah.
I was lonely.
He bumps up to you against a couple times. He wants to be fed.
Oh, fine. Hold on here. Find me something here. It doesn't cost me much.
I have the.
My cantrips don't work like they used to. Could.
Oh yeah, my cantrips. Let's use the other more powerful ones. Let's give him some. Yeah, give him some jolt.
Turn and give him a friggin' 10d6 lightning bolt. Just rip it down the.
All right. He gets excited and seems to react to the jolts, and after about half a dozen, he calms down a little bit as he's been fed.
Does anyone? I can try to. No one can leave this place until we cure this necromantic disease.
I agree, says Pendle as he's shivering in a blanket that he found.
Yeah, you look like shit.
My spells for travel and protection are the same as my spells that I need to break this disease. Did any of the casters have a equivalent?
Not until the morrow, unfortunately,
I
says Kamos.
I am capable of removing, curing diseases. Curses, however, I cannot help you with.
Yeah, what that guy said.
You are a shaman?
Oh, I'm the Grizak.
You speaking to the Grizak, or are you speaking to Zira?
I'm the Grizak.
He's talking to Grizak because
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
Shaman.
can call upon the most loyal god, Sharon, to break a curse or cure a disease.
Sharon.
Can you do that this day?
No.
Sharon.
Okay, Zeta, Sharon's dead, right? She knows
Yep.
he's dead.
Sharon was defeated,
He got screwed
and
by his own-
his temples were torn down by most religions because they labeled him a turncoat, and then the whole mess of it got swallowed up in the general chaos of the Imperium taking over. And remember, 300 years ago, there wasn't the gladiatorial games. There was a period of heavy chaos where things were all going sideways. And that lasted for at least 200 years. It was really bad in the beginning, and that's when the Shadow War also happened. So Sharon's temples are no more. You've never heard of a Sharonite priest. Apparently Hektor is one.
Yeah. I don't know why I keep remembering that name. Just can't remember shit about it.
Curious that he's calling him the most loyal god when he, according to the old gods, was a turncoat.
Yeah, she doesn't think now is the time to bring that up with him.
He's got the two large spears from the ice devils, and he's got one in each hand, like he's going to use them as lances. Even though they're going to be horrible minuses for being oversized and blah blah blah.
I'm pretty certain that
He's got two, but he's casting at 8th level.
you should be okay to. We have enough structure here. Don't know when the ghost will come back. Could be tomorrow. Could be day after.
This place is full of spirits that need to be put to rest.
Yeah, we should put them to sleep. She was around for too long and get tired.
He gives you a nod, like he thinks you're agreeing with him, which you are.
Pendle,
Yes, but you agree.
can you come closer over here?
The wizard gets up, takes a step back, and everyone's creating this huge, wide berth as Pendle comes shivering forward.
Renee's going to guide Pendle
Yep.
over to the pile of dead bodies because the curse is there too.
That's where you sleep.
He's shivering, with 6 strength, loss and 3 charisma.
Zira's going to start removing or breaking enchantment.
Okay, the DC's 22.
Okay. So she's going to break enchantment.
In
and
order on, what's the order? Let me just put the bodies in order.
We're gonna touch Zeta
Yep.
first.
Yep.
And then we're gonna touch the guy who's alive.
Yep.
Then we're gonna touch the dead bodies.
Probably in order of the freshest to the to the most scattered.
Does Nibbles have it? I don't think Nibbles has the disease.
No, Neville
Yeah.
didn't get it. No.
Okay.
Right. So
He had his own curse. That I don't know if.
he had a different curse. Actually, the Nibbles' curse was that still on him?
Yeah, it was.
Then she's casting on him too.
Yes, it is still on Nibbles.
Okay, then she's breaking that curse because
'Kay.
she doesn't know.
That has a different DC and a different magic. It was necromancy and transmutation.
Okay, so
What the hell was wrong with him?
it was necromancy transmutation.
Yep.
We're still gonna break it, but we're confused by it.
Try.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The
We'll
curse
start
was
with-
holding a transmutation, and it was lingering.
You're gonna turn your or giant. All right. So I think it's Evander first on the way back.
Sure.
Is the way you've always sort of you've ruled that.
Yeah.
So Evander's still cursed.
Yep.
Boss is not cursed. I don't think I have to remove his disease because he's dead. Or
Sure.
like I think he's just an object right now.
Yeah. He's an object, so you're breaking the curse. We'll play it that way.
All right. Okay. Now Nibbles. 22.
Yep, that gets rid of whatever the transmutation. It was a moderate transmutation. And
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you what it is because you're still in the place where he contracted it. So if you're curious later, maybe I'll tell you.
27 on Boyo McBardo.
Yep, now you have to break the disease on him.
I'll finish this casting and then I'll do the break diseases.
Okay.
Well, can someone else do the remove disease?
Yep, it has to happen
Okay.
within 1 minute of the curse being broken.
Okay. Well, if he's using detect magic, once the curse goes down, he should be able to see. That. Okay. So that's.
And then
we're good.
Zeta, no.
Zeta doesn't get it.
Nope. Now, is there a DC on break on remove disease? I think there is.
Yep.
Same roll. It's
Okay.
DC 22.
Grizak will cast the first remove disease. Zero will cast the second.
Disease removed.
Yep.
Okay, so you rescue Pendle. Oh, thank you. I can feel my senses restoring. It still hurts.
Yeah, give me a second here. Stop whining like a little bitch.
The magic did not penetrate your illness, Zeta.
Perhaps tomorrow then.
Perhaps
So
this will be an opportunity to perhaps go on a vision quest.
What the hell are you talking about?
You need to push yourself to see new realities.
Pendle gets almost his stuff back.
Okay, so 6 strength are returned.
Oh, sorry, I'm doing it now.
Okay.
4
great.
strength and 2 charisma back.
Okay, your weird shadow casting great aunt is telling you that you need to expand your mind.
I gotta keep my finger in your mouth. Stop squirming.
You're talking to Pendle, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it just tastes horrible.
That's what poop tastes like. Stop moving.
I gotta get me sick.
Why are you doing that? I've cured his disease. He's fine.
Strength is lower. Look at him. He's like a little rabbit. Look at him. That's it. Don't spit it out.
He's kind of holding, he's like loosely holding your stubby finger between his teeth and like squirming like he doesn't want, he does not want.
Right now.
Thank you. Ugh, he's wiping his.
Can't believe he let me stick my finger in his mouth. That was completely unnecessary.
He looks up at Zira and Zeta like he's the worst cleric ever, isn't he?
Yes, he is. There's not. Yes.
Oh, yes, you got me, he says, trying to maintain a little bit of spirit, but then a few moments later, he's off in the corner spitting and trying to wipe.
You'll be fine tomorrow. Don't worry about it. In time.
Let's just be a minute.
If you need anything, you know where to find me.
Snitch is laughing. He's... Oh, you need some healing. I'll just stick that in there. I hope he knows what he's doing. Oh, fuck. Oh, Ahmed, you did it again. I can't believe he let me do that. Fucking funny.
It's like you can't explain. It's you remove 4 strength damage, 2 charisma damage.
Right.
Obviously working.
He fell for the old dirty thumb trick. Oh, fucking gross. Worst healer ever. Alright, what now? You broke some curses, not all of them.
Contemplating cursing some of our friends here just to keep them from being rowdy, but we won't be doing that.
Sparky just goes up to the guy who's the center of the mirth and just hangs out near him for a moment and then disappears back to Grizak. You're pretty sure that was the elemental form of I gotcha?
Yeah, Sparky here was,
Hey, Grzak, you made a map there?
Oh yeah, we got a map for this place. We knew about that little hole over there, and then I got the dungeon upstairs all sorted out.
We did not ensure it was clear. We should probably clear it before we tried to make a camp here.
Well, we can do that, or we can just wait. I don't think anyone's coming down here.
If they do, they will have problems.
Yeah, pretty sure we can fuck them up. So,
Who is the chieftain of this? Who is your leader?
he looks at Zira and Zeta. Like, ooh, it's gonna be a cat fight. Back off. Back off, Sparky. Just get escalated.
Sparky backs away.
Aunt
Aunt.
Aunt Zira. You've been here certainly far longer than I have. Perhaps you would have some insights.
And do you have a title in the Imperium? He always asks this question. He needs to know how everyone stacks up in the Imperium.
What is Zira's? Does Zira have it? Give me a second. Checking her sheet.
I got a title. Title is Emperor Go Fuck Yourself. It's a good title.
You will regret saying that.
She's technically a subject?
She's technically a subject. Yes, they call me the Shadow Witch.
It does not sound like an Imperial title. It does not sound official at all. I see.
My friends call me the Shadow Moon Priestess.
And why might they call you that?
Because I worship the moon, and I know far more about shadow than everyone else.
What side of this conflict are you on?
The side of existence.
She's on our side. Ain't that right? Pretty little wife, you.
That is a curious answer, and not very straightforward. Are you on the side of light and life, or darkness and death?
I'm on the side of life.
He looks at Murgovane.
Murgovane kind of shoots him. He's got no bluff. It's like,
Yep.
he's like shrugs, like I'm not sure. I do not know.
No, trust me. Zeta there, we were fighting a shadow dragon with her.
Why would I trust you?
The paladin's raising his hand.
Why would I trust you, Shaban? You put poopy fingers in people's mouths needlessly by your own admission.
But he feels better.
No.
He is
I don't
obviously,
wanna try
as a move action, concentrating on Zira. Spellcraft DC like 17. It's a spell-like ability, so probably like 19 to know that he's detecting evil on Zira.
Okay. Spellcraft. I don't even know how good I am at this. Satisfied?
Murgovane just kind of tilts his arm towards Kamos and the dwarf.
He pulls it up, and there's a slight smile on Hector's face. Oh, the paladin has a tiny bit of a sense of humor. But he just gives Zira a nod. She's the one that will lead this expedition out of the tomb. Anyone have a problem with that?
Quiet, Sparky.
Sparks.
Fucked up.
It was kind of like little sparks coming off of him that die down. No one sees. No problems here, Chief. As long as we get out of here alive. She looks like she could do it. Although, didn't she get caught in here just like the others?
She was alone, though.
He's smiling at Zira, bugging you a little bit.
None of us had a particularly good outing here, I would say, given that we're all here right now.
But it brought us all together.
We should secure this building.
You heard the lady, ma'am. Let's form up into teams and start sweeping around.
No, ground looks pretty good. I don't
Renee
know.
shrugs and
Fine, we don't need to know what knows in what shape to do those things.
they should be going now. There you go. Watch the South Park episode, you'll be fine.
Right.
Oh,
Okay. Renee will help stock upstairs with anybody else who's going to help secure the area.
Okay.
Ergovan's going with you. I'm sure Hector's going as well.
Unless you want Hector to guard this group. There are some that are not well equipped. Mergovain is a mighty warrior. Make sure that nothing happens to her. I will guard the camp. And keep an eye out for my lance, please.
Of course, my friend.
Sure, I'm gonna find something big and long for you.
Yes, it is a long weapon.
Yeah, this guy just takes the
I
humor out
feel
of it.
great
All right.
shame right now. I do not want to find that shaman amusing.
You're
Like
gonna
I
get
do.
some. All right, Matt.
Renee is going to. You have no idea.
you're the. Hold on. You're
He's not going to break out the "I'm a dead man" and I can't help it.
So Grzak pulls up the map.
All right, I got this.
If you do not mind, I shall return to prayer for some time.
Fuckers are set up.
Kamos goes into the back and is praying. Pendle is still feeling a little bit icky. Who else are you bringing with you?
I have a few spells left.
I got a whole bunch.
I will have to.
Is it possible to dispel Mage's Private Sanctum?
I would imagine.
So yeah.
You give me a spellcraft check?
All right. $33.
Somehow the mage's private sanctum got woven into the unhollow that is over that area.
Okay. So I guess it gets countered by hollow.
That sounds right.
If you wanted to spell poop on the on the unholy ground of Asmodeus.
It's not so much spell poop on the unholy ground of Asmodeus. I don't want the Asmodean going into the place where we can't see him
Got it.
to pray.
Yeah, he just did. But you got the owlbear battle on, didn't he? Okay, it looks like this little group is going upstairs.
Zeta's just gonna ask, Snitch, little one, I have a favor to ask you.
Yes, Snitch, Chief Snitch, oldest kobold on tribe. What do you want in here?
Perhaps you could do us a favor.
Favors.
Keep an eye on that one for us, the Kamos.
The one that go into darkness?
Yes,
What am I watching out for?
nefarious schemes and dark magic.
Yes, nefarious all around. Dark magic. Yes, I'll watch out for this.
Good.
He taps you as you're turning around.
What you pay, Snitch? To snitch.
Well, we're going to go look for treasure. I'm sure we'll find something.
Yes, bring Snitch back something nice. He needs to impress kobolds.
Sure, we'll find something, Snitch.
Something impressive.
Oh, something very impressive, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He kind of goes around a corner, and you can tell he's sneaking up on.
I actually picture, like, it looks so smooth, like just little claws going clack, 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 all over it, like
He's
just
pretty.
echoing
He's
through.
pretty quiet. There was some clacking at first. Yeah, this hallway is mirrored smooth. Magic must have created this place. all.
So Zero's going to give the away party a magic circle against evil,
Centered on.
centered on
Yeah.
the one with the. Well, it will center it on Zeta. That seems like a reasonable thing to do.
I'm gonna remove all these other spells on her and
Okay.
put that on.
How many hours has it been since we got here?
Few.
Like,
Well, it's been like a day and a half, but you know.
oh, a day and a half. Okay, so mage armor's gone.
The protection of Sharon upon you, Mergovane. He is going to cast a Barkskin on you. I gave him Barkskin instead of Iron Skin, which is a broken spell, so I just put Barkskin on.
You replace it with a non-broken spell.
Yep.
Iron Skins only gives him like an extra +1, but it only lasts a minute per level, not 10 minutes per level.
I think
myself,
I think we
between
already
the two-
squished it, but
All right, but like myself, I prefer Barkskin.
yeah, you got Barkskin. It's cast at 8th level.
Thank you.
I don't know if that helps.
Yeah, it does actually.
Okay.
8 level is +3.
Eighth level is +3.
All right.
Ninth is +4. 12th is +5.
All right. So that does help, yes.
Okay. He also has a magic circle against evil prepared still. Do you want another one on this group?
Save it for yourself, just in case.
Remember, I am not fooled by the silly tricks of enemies. A paladin of his level is immune to...
Compulsion.
I think it's just charm. Fear, disease, and charm.
Renee must be a paladin of that level too, because he's immune to fear, disease, and charm as well.
Yep. He'll place the magic circle against evil on Mergovane.
No. Okay.
Sharon's blessings shall protect you and your mind.
Thank you, my friend.
Do not thank me. Thank the lion-shielded god in the sky.
I like lions.
He nods like you've had this conversation before. Then he puts one of the lances against the wall and has the other one in both hands and then just trots forward, naked as naked could be. He doesn't have all the cool armor on him, and he just waits.
I will look for your armor as well.
I think we're gonna give him a. Well, he's waiting, right? He's guarding.
Yeah,
this
he's
room.
going to guard this room.
All right. Hey, Mergovane, he is. Do you wear armor, or you just stand there in the buff?
No, Mergovane found himself, went through the party pile, and he's got the greater shadow leather on.
So, am I standing in front, or?
I have no qualms about taking a hit or two. I prefer a moment to put up some magic, though, given the opportunity.
Drakester, how goes?
Hey, Drixter.
How you doing?
15 months. Has it been that long? That's awesome, man. Thanks for your support along the way. How's your evening?
Question about improved share spell, if anyone knows.
15.
15 months, man. That's crazy.
I've been playing this game for how long?
Like it.
I lost so much hair.
Shut up.
I've gotten rid of the weight I put on it, Gary Con. Jesus Christ.
So did I.
What did you eat at Gary Con?
It was just 5 days of beer, pizza, and gaming, and it was glorious.
That sounds amazing.
We went to a diner. We had a burger or two.
There was a couple burgers in there, and then I ate like 20 eggs over the weekend or something.
We need to go grocery shopping. Why? Fast forward to the grocery store. There's this weird lady hitting on us while Adam's loading the cart full of eggs. Yay. Funny.
Quick question about improved shared spell. If I cast it on my animal companion and it moves more than 5 feet away, it stops working. Spell or effect has duration of instantaneous stops affecting the creature moves further than 5 feet away. So can I have Sparky basically just hang around with me as I move?
Yeah. Usually it's because familiars are small enough that they're just on your person.
Yeah.
Right.
They
Okay.
just sit in your pocket.
Okay. So,
Yeah, but it means you cast the spell once and Sparky also has it.
Resist energy, typically.
Yeah.
You know.
mage armor, shield, bark skin,
Yep.
all the brokens.
Also take note of familiar concentration.
Yep. I'm gonna be casting call lightning on him.
And his int might have gone up because his level's probably higher. Like, we definitely need to go through that sheet, but play with it for now or
I've
update
been
it as we go.
updating
Okay.
what I can, but yeah.
And critical conduit is effectively improved crit for touch spells. So he crits on 1920 with like a shocking grasp if you have such a thing. Which I'm not sure if you have touch spells or you'll have to look at the druid list. 'Cause-
One or two anyway.
Oh, it's my sorcerer spells.
Oh, right. That works.
So Zira is going to.
So I'm gonna paste this group onto the tomb of Iron Medusa and get rid of the group that's on that staircase. Delete. Yeah. Okay.
I'll pull Maffei off to the side.
Okay. And is Zira going up or not? She's staying behind.
I think she's staying behind to try to maintain some sort of. She doesn't want the evil people just to have like eaten the neutrals and the goods while we're going.
Okay. So Renee, Zeta, Grizak, Murgovane, and Sparky.
Mhm.
Done. We'll just say these secret doors are open. You guys only looted about 2/3 of all the crypts. There's still this other third over here that you didn't wander into. And by looted, we mean Renee going almost into every single crypt. The ghosts were flowing into some of the crypts and pointing out where there were items. Of course, a lot of these particular alcoves just had bones and bodies in them. Like, these were the workers or servants or other people that unfortunately met their demise when this family
It's called being thorough.
was damned. Yes, you have thoroughly searched significant portions of this ornate looking and quite large sarcophagi that are carved. Let's see if this room has a
Description only.
yeah.
Marty, could I have cast a spell before coming up here for Zira? A rope trick.
Sure.
There you go, baby. Fresh stuff.
Thank you, Grizak.
No problem. In order to get in there, you just gotta take my finger and bring your mouth.
Not going to happen, Grizak.
You know, well, one day,
It's been over 300 years.
I'm patient.
It's good to see you, Grizak.
Good to see you too, yeah.
No.
Okay, the two crypts off to the side have
I will summon the Shadow Bear.
they have suspiciously Medusa looking like heads.
these ones?
These two off to the side. Yep. You haven't poked or prodded at those.
Are they facing different directions like that?
Yep. The rock chambers are similar to the rest of the dungeon. They're hewn from the rock and some brickwork in the occasional spot. There definitely looks like there could be a corpse or a space underneath the ornate lids.
So where did the lady say to go?
There were 2 spots on the treasure map. You kind of look over at
Upstairs.
Grizek's over Grizek's shoulder. There's a star marked here, and there's a star marked here behind what looks like on the map an actual secret passage.
Okay.
This secret passage is actually crumbled and opened, like somebody had chipped it open and taken whatever was inside.
All right. Well,
As there's clearly been multiple bands of adventurers that have come through this place.
Well, we got him here. I mean,
Yep.
we got Murgavane, who's kind of awesome. Let's go through this. Renee's going to lead forward. So we're going to go towards M4.
Okay. The door on M4 is actually pretty impressive compared to some of the other doors. It is metal and looks like it's reinforced into the side of the masonry work, and there's no window. It kind of reminds you of a very secure, almost like vault door, as opposed to like a door that is regularly opened.
We're going to check for traps, because we are a rogue, theoretically.
Mm-hmm.
35.
Whatever traps were here have been set off by prior adventurers. You do see the signs of multiple traps on the door have scorched and spent their magic. 35, there is a lingering aura that remains, however. It's along the sides of the wall, like it might affect some with your nat 20. You're pretty sure that a magical effect will affect somebody who walks through the threshold of the door.
This door is got the curse around it or something. Is there a way to try to...
Let me have a look.
Yeah.
Zeta's gonna cast Detect Magic, stare at it for 3 rounds. Spellcraft check.
Sure.
Oh, fuck. 23.
Okay. You agree with Renee's assessment that the space or the doorway is cursed. It'll likely take hold or attempt to take hold to anyone who passes through the doorway.
All right. So, hang on.
Renee, you think you could try to remove it?
Yeah, we'll try to remove it.
Okay.
We're going to swap our gloves, because Trapmaster's gloves. Hey.
Hey, over here.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, I don't have a lot of dimension door still.
Also, you can't regain your powers yet because I screwed up.
Yeah.
Marnie, do the oh, sorry, I didn't move.
30 on the disabled device.
Which, this door? Do
30.
these walls look like stone?
Yes, they are made out of stone.
Yeah.
Masonry. Disabling a magic trap is 25 plus spell level. 30? Yeah, you think that you have ruined the curse that is on the door after you took some silver pins and jammed them into the door frame.
Okay.
Spread some salt for good luck, and you did it.
It's totally removed, guys. Let's unlock the door.
Okay.
Good.
This door is well made, but people have picked at it and destroyed one of the 3 locks in a way that you don't have to get through that 3rd lock. There's a DC. There's an average lock and a good lock that have to be unlocked in succession.
Okay. Does it like reset if you fail one to go back to the? All right. So 37 on the first one.
Okay, no problem. You're like, I'll just put this pin here and put that one there.
29. I think I missed a good lock.
Bit missed by 1, which means the other lock kind of unravels.
41.
Okay, no problem. You reset the pin.
46.
This bank vault of a door is now cracking open, revealing what looks like a treasury. Unfortunately, many of the overturned boxes and bags are empty and smashed, as if somebody has gotten to this place already. There is an acrid smell of... Yep, there's one of those devil things that you fought down below. You can see its corpse and chitinous hide has been kind of spread throughout the room. There is the odd glint here and there from your light, suggesting that whoever last looted this place may have left some baubles behind.
Okay, Rene will swap his gloves.
This is very interesting. You know what this means, right?
Rene will enter the completely not trapped room.
Okay.
You guys know what this means?
You don't have to roll a saving throw.
Okay,
Means
Z's
that
go-
if we don't find the treasure here, somebody will have a way of getting in and out of this.
Okay, Zeta doesn't have to roll a saving throw.
Margavane.
Doesn't have to roll.
Why do I feel I'm about to get fucked here?
And Sparky. Okay. Yeah, you go wandering into this treasure vault. There was once a beautifully painted fresco that is all kind of peeled over time. Some of the internal plaster to the room has crumbled away, so that it's only fragments of its original pigmented artwork. It does depict, I don't know, like noble-ish stuff, like a noble standing beside his castle watching the serfs kind of like work in the fields, and a man sitting at a high desk as people are paying their taxes, and like really sort of mundane-ish, aristocratic
Dickery.
propaganda piece almost.
He's actually gonna walk the walls, and
Okay.
he's gonna do detect magic.
All right, give me a perception check, Rizak, as you're walking around the edge of the walls.
Stone.
I'm guessing everyone else is picking up stuff if they find it.
Yeah.
Stone cutting,
Detect magic and
Okay.
etc. etc.
Yeah, give me a stone cutting perception check, Rizak.
-2 perception. Yep,
That's fucking wall right here.
24 is still not terrible.
24.
Okay. Grizak, you think that there's something odd about these two corners.
I wonder.
Yeah, he's gonna walk to the other corner.
You understand that it's not a corner. It's why it's an odd corner. It's 2 corners close together.
Yeah.
What's up with this?
The other side, same thing.
Sure.
37.
Yeah, you find a little a loose brick.
Ooh. Hey, Rennie, why don't you come pull this brick over here?
Murgovane, you find that one of the funerary urns was broken a little bit, and you kind of tipped it with your foot, and amidst some of the ashes that are in the funerary urn are some sparkling gems.
Oh, okay. We'll add those to the party pages.
You find 13 citrines gleaming like oranges,
Okay.
worth
Rene will
200 gold apiece.
make a
Come Come on, Sparky. With
A
the
quick
common
prayer,
wisdom
and
of
then take a look at the brick that Grizak's pointing at.
Yeah, perception check plus 4.
With a plus 4, 28.
Yeah, you see it. You're pretty sure that this is a simple thing where you kind of push in.
Okay, he's gonna look for traps.
Yeah, that was the roll
Perfect.
because you got trap finding, right?
Yeah, I do have trap finding.
Okay. Yeah.
I've modified trap finding, so I don't get the bonus on the rolls. I just get the ability to find magic traps.
Okay.
Okay, I'll trigger the trap, or I'll trigger the device.
You push the stone in that somebody had kind of jiggered back, but left a little bit of broken mortar, and the block kind of falls down. But you get the sense that it falls down into what sounds like a pile of coins, and there are things back there.
Oh, you're welcome.
We're just gonna look for a similar piece on this side.
Okay. Zira. Yeah, that's kind of cute. It's like in the middle of the hill where this picture of a castle is where the secret compartment was.
Cute.
You find, we're going to say, 1,000 silver coins from Terrazline. This is pre-Empire.
Oh, it's a collector.
You find
Mark, you to write this down.
Yeah.
Cool.
400 Tebranese gold coins.
Okay.
And 5,000 gold piece diamond.
Oh, you want me to roll for random diamonds?
Well, no, you can just name stuff, but I mean, we obviously don't need to find a diamond in here.
Million coin. Well, can't take this with us.
Murgovane, give me a D8.
Radimer's, you can replace Radimer with a centaur.
2.
Okay, there's a beautiful mithril chain shirt that is magical that Murgovane recognizes. It is
My
made.
shirt.
Does it look like it's, or like, does it look like his shirt?
It looks like it was made. Does Murgovane have a tail?
I don't think Nagaji have tails.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to him having a tail, but
It's
I
up
don't
to you.
Say it's not a tail, but it is a tail.
it looks like it fits him without resizing. Unless someone else has been wearing it, I guess.
No, it looks like a well-crafted, strange thing for some sort of lizard man to have. Beautiful suit of mithril chain, gleaming like coins.
Renee will take a look at the armor with his magical craft weapon, or craft armor smithing.
Yeah, it's a +4 suit.
24. Yeah, it's very magic. Nice armor.
Is that +4?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome.
He folds up the leathers that he was wearing. He changed there. And do you want to hold this, or shall I just hold it till we get back?
Either way, it is as one who nice armor.
Give me a D10.
A D10?
Yep.
Sure. So he's gonna look even harder for stuff now. And for Hector's stuff too.
You find that somebody just kind of nonchalantly on top of the coins had thrown in to the pot